Hello, everybody. What's up? This is Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar, back at it again, coming to you live with a impromptu live stream. Tonight's message is a motivational message, something that I think obviously many of my viewers, need to hear, need to be reminded of. So we're going to talk about that. So first of all, big shout outs to the customers, africansuperstar.com. Please head over to the website. That's www.theafricansuperstar.com. Check out my merch, which includes this. Yes. So big shout outs to the customers at AfricanSuperstar.com. Some of you guys already own some Black Lover Stay Single or some African Superstar X Ghana or some Pan African King and all of my mini collections. So please head over and check out the goods if you have not. Also, big shout outs to our members only who are designated by the circle next to their name. They support our platform on a monthly basis. Much love to you guys for your continued support. Also, much love to the music lovers. I do want to say I currently have 6 tracks out. So you can actually purchase them at www.bandcamp/theafricansuperstar. So any of you guys that want to actually purchase the tracks, I know my freestyle is quite popular, one and only. So you can head over to Bandcamp and put it in your collection. Tonight, I want to talk about whatever you need to do it right now. So we are actually seeing a instability around the world. Depending on where you are, you may feel that it is happening in your environment only. But the reality is it's happening around the world. Those in Ghana think what is happening in Ghana is impacting Ghana. Those in the UK feel the same way. Those in America feel the same way. But, as an international traveler and someone living in different countries, I can tell you that these changes are affecting everyone globally. And although you may be tempted to wait for stability, to wait for the rebound, to wait for the dust to settle or whatever, I want to tell you that whatever's on your docket, it's best for you to take advantage of the moment right now, because it's very possible that things can get worse before they get better. And if that's the case, then this is an opportunity for you to do things if you're in a position to do them. I know, for instance, like let's say 5 years ago, if you were in a position to maybe invest in Ghana, buy land in Ghana, buy treasury bonds in Ghana, move to Ghana, whatever, that situation was better than what it is currently here in this 2022. But the situation currently in 2022 could be better than 2024. If you keep delaying, more and more obstacles come into your proximity, and that is why I think, I just want to say to my viewers, because this is an adult platform, most of my viewers are 30 years of age and older. We've got to come to a period where we know how to implement our decisions. In some cases, both options don't look great. So right now, the depreciation of the cedi in Ghana is having a profound effect, obviously, on people living there, people planning on moving there, people doing business there, et cetera, et cetera. People don't really know what the future is looking like. And so they're very, very uncertain. However, people that are living in the West are going through the same things. I mean, I don't think anyone in America at this moment feels very confident in the future of the country, how things are working, the economy. Inflation is everywhere globally. You know, I haven't been globally, but I know it's hitting in the UK and I know it's hitting in America, and that's a great indication of what is happening elsewhere in the world. It's hitting in Ghana, it's hitting in Nigeria, it's hitting across the continent. I spoke to a friend of mine today that lives in Namibia, and she was saying, you know, they were having economy challenges there. And so, you know, going into the new year, I always give you guys New Year messages and things like that. This is the message that I really want to preface to you. Whatever it is that you want to do, okay? May it be bucket list, may it be, you know, taking the leap, starting the business, whatever. There's no better time than right now. You know, um, there's no better time because it's always something. You know, if you sit there and perhaps you wait another 6 months, something will come up. Trust me. You know, trust me. You've got to learn how to make decisions in the middle of circumstances, you know, because there's never going to be the optimal time. Never, never, never. Let me tell you, as someone has done many, many things, there's always challenges on the horizons. There's always, you know, I can't even think of a decision where it was like the obvious choice. You know, every decision, every significant decision that I needed to make, there was always pros and cons to each situation. And I just had to lean on my own understanding. You know, I know the Bible tells you not to do that, but um, I had to lean on my own understanding and my own intellect and make these decisions, you know. And as I sit here tonight and I'm thinking about this and that, big shout outs. I had a word today with Eternal Blossom. Much love to you, babe. I see you there. Big shout outs to the family. Brown Coat Blue, I'm going to do shout outs. Mind, Body, and Soul TV. Hi, guys. If you're in the room, hit the likes, leave me something. I'll greet you. Mind, Body, and Soul. Eternal Blossom and I, we had a word, and it's just like, you got to live your life. You know, you've got to assess the situation. It looks crazy on both sides, really. You know, it looks crazy on both sides, but still, learn how to make decisions, you know. And if you are maybe struggling, let me be a confirmation to you to go for it. I'm not trying to be morbid, but this could be your last year. You know, nobody plans illness. Nobody plans death. Nobody plans job loss or financial problems. Nobody plans economical problems or external problems or governmental problems. You know, nobody plans any of these things. They come, and then we have to deal with the pieces. It's better for you to try to put yourself in the position of controlling your life and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this and that and the other, instead of waiting on the factors around you, because it will always, 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 always be something, whatever. You know, you've got to weigh it. Just like on a previous video, whenever that was, last week, 2 weeks ago, I don't remember. I was saying, you know, people are asking me about Ghana, what's happening in Ghana. And, you know, a couple people are like, well, you should just stay in the UK for now until we know what's happening. And I'm like, you know, I'm going to Ghana. You know, at the end of the day, I can get a coconut. I think I can still afford a coconut. I can go to the beach. Hello? Sit in the sun and my mind relax. Okay, I can sleep in without an alarm clock. I can go see my friends. I can easily get my hair done. Lots of luxuries and comforts that I enjoy in Ghana that I'm struggling to manage them here, or they're not available here in the UK. I'm going to go and do that and see what happens, you know. But at the end of the day, I want to be in Ghana right now. I really do. There's no war in Ghana, so, you know, I'm not questioning my safety there or anything like that. I just want to go. Just want to be home, you know? So that's what I'm going to do. And as further changes come or problems arise, then we sit down and we strategize it. You know, I think adulthood should teach you that problems is part of this game. Shout outs to the family. First trivia question. If you know that fact, let me see your number one. We're all adults here, okay? It doesn't get smoother. We may have thought it was going to get smoother when we were kids. We thought, okay, when I get older, when I get a car, when I get married, when I buy the house, when I finish university, when I get the corporate job. You know, we had all these kind of milestones that we were thinking would improve the life, you know? And in many cases, sometimes they improved it, but Biggie already told y'all, more money, more problems, you know? In many cases, the higher you escalate in life, it just comes with a different set of challenges and whatnot. That's all. So problems are a part of life. And even complex problems are a part of adulthood. We should not necessarily shy from the problems. We should focus on, okay, let me go ahead and solve this problem. Let me go ahead and look at it, you know, eye to eye and figure out what's going to happen. Right now, a lot of the problems I think many of us are encountering are external problems, you know, related to the economy, related to the inflation, related to maybe currency depreciation, maybe not necessarily individual decisions that we're taking. However, it's impacting us. So, with that being said, go ahead and take the initiative and make decisions, even under these pretenses. Go ahead and make the decisions. If there's something on your head to be doing, okay, there's something on your agenda, there's something on your bucket list, there's something on your to-do list or your fantasies or whatever, I suggest you put your energy into implementing that thing. Because, you know, there's this popular meme by DJ Khaled, and he says today's price, I think like tomorrow's price is not today's price, or today's price is not tomorrow's price, or something like that. Okay. And it's real, because if you think about it, you know, everything right now in your life is more expensive than it was last December. Hello? Everything in your life right now, 2022, is more expensive than it was just last December. You see, those of us growing up in America, we heard the stories. You know, I remember hearing some stories from like one of my grandmothers about how, you know, a loaf of bread used to cost 10 cents, and, you know, they used to be able to take the bus for, you know, the trolley or whatever, 25 cents. And then I remember being a kid, and I remember I used to be able to get a honey bun out the vending machine, for 50 cents. And a wild cherry Pepsi, because that was my favorite, for 50 cents. So for $1, I could get a Coke and a drink. You know, and back then in high school, it was easy. You could bum that off your friend. You could easily be like, hey, let me get $1. I was notorious for that. My friends, you know, I've been spoiled, you know. So it would be like, hey, come on, you know, and I would be fiending for that wild cherry Pepsi. I couldn't eat one without the other. It was no like, I'll settle for the honey bun and take water. Or no, it was like, I need that combo. But $1 is feasible. Anybody could give you $1, no problem. Now, I don't even know what that wild cherry Pepsi can probably cost. Probably $1 by itself. I know the honey buns, I don't think they're 50 cents no more. So I'm just using an example. Like, I mean, I've actually not seen the price go down. The only time I've seen the price reduce is like sales, sometimes like Black Friday. Obviously, petrol fluctuates, but not dramatically. You know what I'm saying? It might go down a little bit here and there, but, so I'm just giving the illustration that whatever it is that you have, for instance, that you're wanting to achieve, if you think about it, right now is probably the optimal time to do this, because this time next year, God only knows what the prices are going to be. God only knows what the economy is going to look like. God only knows the situation. God only knows. So do it now. Do it now. Do it soon. You're going into a brand new year. We got about what? 5 weeks left of this 2022? 5 weeks? So this year's finished. What are you going to do in 2023? There's a lot of question marks and uncertainty in our future. Things are rapidly changing. Currently, gone is the time where you could really forecast, okay, you know what? In 10 years, I'm going to do this. In 5 years, I'm going to do this. I mean, dramatic changes. Maybe even in 6 months, the climate is not the same. You've got to look at your situation and make strategic decisions and go for it. Some things you just got to go. You can't keep holding yourself back, waiting for the time, because you know what? The more you restrict yourself, prohibit yourself from even beginning the journey, okay, the more out of reach that goal becomes. So let's say, I don't know, let's say back in 2019, your goal was $10,000. Okay. You wanted to save $10,000. Today's $10,000 is not the same as the $10,000 of 2020. The value is different. So if you wanted $10,000 back in 2019 to spend in Ghana or spend in Nigeria or Kenya or Senegal, that's not worth the same anymore. So that means maybe now you need 15,000 USD to equate to 2019's 10,000 USD, what you could do on the continent with it. The name of the game is get your feet wet, okay? Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. The longer you delay, the further you are from achieving that dream. That's what you've got to know. Okay? The longer you delay, even starting the journey, the further you are from it. And again, not trying to be morbid, but people, their life is coming to an abrupt end, in my opinion, disproportionately right now, a lot of young people, 20 somethings, 30 somethings, people just, I saw a news article about 3 Black people that traveled to Mexico and died of carbon monoxide poisoning, or at least that's what they're saying. They stayed in an Airbnb. They died of carbon monoxide poisoning. For God's sake, they went on holiday. They went to Mexico. The end of their life was not on their mind. If anything, maybe they feared the plane. Maybe they were like, maybe one of them had a fear of the plane. I have no idea. I'm just speaking facetiously. But, these are the kind of things that are happening. And I know those people had plans for when they returned from their trip. They had plans for this holiday season. They had plans for 2023. They had plans for the rest of their life, retirement, blah, blah, blah. Plans unfulfilled currently because their life came to an end. And unless they had already ticked off whatever they needed to tick off in regards to their accomplishments, it wouldn't be done. We are in uncertain times. This is the time for those of you with wisdom and courage to go ahead and utilize it. You cannot be afraid. You have to go ahead and do whatever you need to go ahead and do. I'm so very happy that at this point in the game, I've realized the majority of my life's goals. You know, I've been able to do that because I live in this kind of space where I'm constantly cognizant of my mortality. Sometimes I ask myself that, and I encourage you to also ask yourself that. If my life were soon to come to an end, have I done what I needed to do? Are there outstanding things that I really, really wanted to do? No. For me, the answer is no. I've done them. With probably the largest and most, tenacious thing, moving to the continent. I just think sometimes when I think about it, I just think it's absolutely fascinating. But because, this is what I talked about a few weeks ago in terms of you being able to encourage yourself with your own track record. The more you implement your goals and dreams, the more confident you get in your ability to do that. So because I have accomplished the most tenacious thing on my list, my life list to do, I feel like there's nothing that I can accomplish. Because looking when I originally started that task, it just seemed completely out of the ordinary. I had little resources and very few subject matters, what do they call them? SME, subject matter experts, that could tell me exactly what to do. So not only did I accomplish that, but I created my own mechanism to do it, which is fascinating. That is why you need to go for your goals. It will give you confidence, and you'll be able to accomplish so many more other things, because once you get that confidence under but you're like, I can't be stopped. I really just can't be stopped. That's how I feel. Today I just wanted to speak to my platform because, we're going into the new year, and so many question marks for so many of us. And we don't know, and I don't care where you are. If you're in Ghana, if you're in the UK, if you're in the US, I don't think any of us have confidence right now in the direction of our nations or what is even happening. It doesn't even look like the rebound is on the horizon from these things, such as the inflation and, the violence in America, the racial disparity, these kind of things. It's just like, it just seems it's getting progressively worse. If that's the case, then if we're going down with the Titanic, then you might as well go out with a bang, and do what you want to do. Do what you do. Do what you want to do. You basically have nothing to lose. So why not? Do you want to go down being scared and unaccomplished, or do you want to go down being that? You know what I'm saying? Big shout outs, family. All right, all right. Let me do shout outs. Hello, family. If you are here, please, 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 you should know the protocols by now. So please leave me something in the chat room and make sure you like the stream. Big shout outs. Brown Coat Blue, Eternal Blossom. Much love to the family. Mind, Body, and Soul TV is giving you the rules of the room. Big shout outs. Brown Coat Blue says, these are mad times. I'm saying, gotta move forward anyway. Absolutely. Don't get distracted, because first of all, if you watch all this media or you're constantly on your phone, you'll literally be scared to go to your toilet in your house. With the crime, the home invasions, the random shootings, drive-by shootings, random deaths, people, it's a lot going on. And you'll be scared, you'll be worried, you'll be like, oh my gosh. With the economy and everything, you're just like, oh my God, it's just so much going on out here. You've got to relegate yourself sometimes. And I also encourage you, sometimes maybe disconnecting is very important. you know, just tuning out all the nonsense and focusing in on your goals and whatever. Okay. Despite these uncertain times, I'm going to be honest with you, there's rich and poor. There's some people that whatever's happening in our economy, whatever's happening in our grocery store, whatever's happening with petrol prices, it's not even affecting their lifestyle because they're still extremely rich and wealthy. You see, basically what that means is, you can weather the storm if you choose to, if you figure it out. You know, you got to be creative. Um, Maybe you just stop wasting money on certain services, or if you get excess things or you get things, you waste them, like your groceries. Just being more mindful of these kind of things. Somebody's still about to get on the plane tomorrow and go away on holiday. You feel me? Somebody's still going to buy that new car. Somebody's still about to spend, £2,000 or $2,000 or euros on Christmas gifts or whatever. You see what I'm saying? To a certain degree, a lot of it is still your own personal reality. You know, make up your conscious decision. I'm not going to let this stuff destroy my life and steal my life. If you watch the news and the media, it's going to have you looking down on your life and feeling so miserable about the whole situation. You know, big shout outs. What's up? What's up? What's up? Eternal Blossom. She's also preparing to return to the continent. So we about to do our thing, man. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I said, some people are still living their life. I'm one of those people. Eternal Blossom is one of those people. It is what it is. Big shout outs. Go taste and see. I see you there. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Jarena Star. What's up, sweetie? Our members only's in the building. Michelson. Yes. Brown Coat Blue says things are so crazy right now. You kind of got to assume it's the end times. Just go do everything you want. Do what you have to do to reach as many dreams as possible. Big shout outs. What's up, Arrival? Thank you so much for stopping by. Good to see you. Yeah, I just need to talk to the family, because I'm not going to say that I'm scared. I would say that the time period that we're in is very concerning, but at the end of the day, I'm still doing it my way. I'm going to just do it my way. If I'm going to, if the outcome is bleak on either end, then do what you want to do. Enjoy it as much as possible. We don't really know what's coming, but all I do know is if there's something, if things are going to get worse, then I might as well enjoy these good times that's here right now. And that's what I'm telling my family members. Go for the goals. As me and my big sister say, go for the AU, which is the periodic table for gold. Go for the AU. You know what I'm saying? Do not let these people just scare you out of persisting. You continue to live your life as much as you can. When the curveballs come, you roll with it. You pivot, you poise yourself, you strategize, you reinvent yourself. The comeback is always the most incredible part of the obstacle. Because there are people that have been debilitated by obstacles, and there's people that have just resisted them. And I'm very proud to say that I have resisted my obstacles. I have overcome my obstacles. I have come back over and over and over again. And that is why many of you enjoy my content or look to me for motivation or leadership or inspiration, because you're like, man, this chick is resilient despite whatever's happening. I have to also say our brothers and sisters, The Arrival, they're also content creators here. living in the Gambia, they have had in the last year a host of unforeseen crazy things happen. They had a break-in their house. They had family situation. They had to travel to the U.S. unexpectedly. And these are things that, you know, have they given up on the continent? No. You know, they went to, the U.S. To take care of their family matter. And when they got it resolved, they went back to the continent, you know, had the break in, begin to repair their property, and we move forward, but it's the mentality of I am going to go forward irrespective of the challenges. If you understand that the challenges will come and confront you, let's not be immature. Let's not be babies and children and juveniles and think that we're dealing with a Hollywood movie here. Especially those of us that are enterprising on the continent or trying to do something as avant-garde as leave the West or start our own businesses. Let's not disillusion ourselves and think that it's all a game. Let's not think that all of our friends and family are going to understand. Let's not disillusion ourselves that, this might not create distance with some of our most valued relationships or siblings or spouses or children or whatever. What we're doing is a very dynamic, iconic, historical thing, And at the end of the day, those of us that choose to be resilient are the ones that win. Because technically, you know, technically we have every reason to throw in the towel. And everybody would be down with us. I know their arrival, I know, their property's been burgled twice, I believe, or that I personally saw on their YouTube channel. And that's enough. That's enough for people to say, what, I'm done with this excursion here on the continent. I'm just done. Some people have failed businesses on the continent. Some people's relationships have not worked out on the continent. My YouTube channel went down. We all have grounds. Some of us have combos. And I'm not talking Burger King. Some of us had a little bit of, the relationship didn't work out. The business didn't work out. I had a break-in, family problems, illness, whatever. So nobody would really fault us if we said, but those of us that's going to put our foot down and make our journey evident, that's my biggest thing. I need to leave my imprint on this earth. I need to impact people around me and perhaps prohibit some people from making bad decisions. I need to illuminate the possibilities to my peers. This is what I'm here to do. This is what gives the life meaning. I didn't come here to punch the clock, eat pizza, drink wine, and get the latest cell phone every year. That's not my purpose in life. It could be your purpose, God forbid. Could be, um, and I'm mindful of that. I really just I need my existence to be relevant in this world, and that's what drives me. I know right now that I have impacted my peers. I know that I have illuminated other opportunities to my peers. I know I have been a resource to my peers. I've been an example. And those things give me so much depth and gives me the drive to keep going. So I know I have digressed a bit from the direct topic. But at the end of the day, whatever it is that you need to do, and only you know what that is, okay? Could be your fitness, could be travels, could be business, whatever it could be. Do it right now. Okay. Start right now. A lot of people wait for the new year. They start their New Year's resolutions. Okay, I'm going to start the gym. I'm going to do this and this and this. They have grand plans for the new year. Let's go ahead and don't even wait. Don't even wait. You have 5 more weeks. What? 6 more weeks at least of this 2022. Start right now. Start tomorrow. Start Monday. You know, if the goal is the continent, guys, and you've been watching me for years, it's unacceptable. Let's go ahead and book that ticket. Okay, the ticket of today is not the ticket of tomorrow. You know, there will definitely come a time where, perhaps the continent will be inaccessible. The plane tickets will be so expensive, you guys will struggle to afford it. It's already significantly more expensive to travel from the US than Europe, in my opinion. I traveled severally, to the UK, to Ghana, reasonable. Transatlantic travel is far more expensive. This is another deterrent. They don't want you guys to go to the continent. Today's ticket is not tomorrow's ticket. All right. Whatever we got going on, I need y'all to put in your mind, damn, it could be 2 or 3 times more expensive next December. Real talk. So do it now. Just go right ahead. Start now. No person, you don't know any person, and neither do I, that has ever regretted starting, doing it, accomplishing it. You only know people that regret taking action. You only know people that regret missing the opportunity. You only know people that regret waiting so long to do things. So getting started, you will never, never regret. You will never, ever regret getting started on the journey towards your dreams. You will never regret achieving your dreams. You will never say, oh my gosh, I ticked off everything on my bucket list. I accomplished my life's work at 30 something, 40 something, 50 something. When my time comes to an end, I'm not going to have any regrets. I'm not going to have anything unfinished. I also look at my musical journey, which you guys know I'm quite enamored with my music. And I think to myself, it's fascinating to me. It's fascinating that even, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, I was not thinking about music at all. And now I've created music, recorded music, shot music videos, performing, been on the radio, sharing my talent and creativity with the world. It is amazing to me that these things were inside of me and I never knew. And so, like, my musical journey is so fascinating to me. When I think about, you know, what I want to do musically in 2023, I'm absolutely excited about what will I create? What will it look like? Will I make the hit song? Will I do the crossover music or what? It's fascinating. This is the sensation you get, guys, when you start ticking off things on your list and you start just being an implementer. You're not a talker, you're not a dreamer, you're none of those things. You are someone who actually brings life into these ideas. It's different. We're not the same. Okay. Don't let people put themselves in the same category with you when you are not. Okay. Implementers are very, very short supply in this world. Talkers, oh, millions. Millions of talkers, millions of critics, millions of observers, millions of, um, statisticians and all these things. Very, very few implementers. You can set yourself apart by breathing life into the things that you love, the things you believe in, the things that you express on a regular basis. Most of you guys that's in the chat room are also Black people. Okay, big shout outs to the family. If you're Black, let me see a number 2. If you're Black, brown, or whatever, okay, let me see a number 2, whatever you categorize yourself. Okay, because some people are like, yeah, Gina, I'm not Black. I don't let them call me Black because I'm not really Black. I'm a caramel color. Okay, I understand all like that. But if you are basically a non-white, non-Indian, non-ethnic, let me see a number 2. All of us Black folks have heard, probably at this point in our life, thousands of Black people complain about racism, violence, trauma, the psychological, blah, 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 the unfair treatment, the judicial system, blah, blah, blah. Out of all those thousands of people that we have heard complain, we can count on our hands how many implementers said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and strive for a different reality. Even out of that, we have lots of people currently. It's a trend. Obviously, you guys know in Ghana, so many people coming to the continent, so many people going to Ghana more specifically. They don't have longevity. They experience some of the setbacks, some of the cultural differences, whatever, failed relationships, many, many situations. They get scammed. They're on the first thing smoking back. Okay. So even out of the people that take that step, when you get down to the people that really, really love and have made a resolution that this is the path for me, that number is, a very small minority. I'm giving you this illustration because, guys, a lot of people say they want to be different. It's very easy to be different. All you have to do is be an implementer. Do the things that you say you're going to do. You automatically set yourself apart because there's very few. When I told people I was going to leave America, they thought I was a joke. When I told people I was going to leave the UK, they thought I was a joke. When I tell people that I live in Ghana now, they think it's a joke. Why do they think that way? Because there's lots of people that say they're going to do it and don't deliver. Then after the person gets to know me, they understand, ooh, yeah, she's different. I can count on her. I can depend on her. She says she's going to do things and she does it. I'm an implementer. That's what makes me different. So if you have been someone who is in those millions and millions of people that talk and strategize and debate, and we have all these podcasters now and all this, a lot of nonsense, just go ahead and do something for this 2023. Go ahead. I always encourage you guys, it's very simple. Make a list, perhaps. Sit down with yourself. Turn off the radio. Put your phone on mute. Whatever could potentially distract you. Maybe if it's your kids, wait till they go to bed or go to school or football practice, whatever it is. Sit down, make your list. This is what I need to do in my life. These are the things I really want to do. And then start on the journey towards it. Some of you guys, you watch me, you've been watching me for years. You claim you're going to go to the continent. Guys, I got to tell you, it's really not that hard. I mean, probably Arrival can back me up. Probably Kimla can back me up. She's been to the continent. Probably Eternal Blossom can back me up. Go taste and see. Jarena Star. Huh? It's not that hard. Let's tick it off this year. New year, 2023. Let's go ahead and just buy the ticket, guys. Brown Coat Blue can back me up. Just go right ahead. Do it. It's been on your list too long. You've been watching me for years. You haven't made it. A lot of even my viewers, when they first came to this channel, they had not yet been to the continent. So many of them have ventured onto the continent in the last several years. Some of them are now frequenting the continent. Some of them are now living on the continent. It's not out of your hand. It's not difficult. What's up, Queenie? Big shout outs. Take, I see you there. See, your rival backs me up. It's not that hard. It's as easy as a decision. Some of you guys that want to travel to the continent, for instance, you've gone to many other countries. You've visited Mexico. You go to the Caribbean. You've been to South America or whatever. You've been to Europe. Some of you have even gone all the way out to Asia or Australia. You know, this is something you can tick off. This is why I'm here and so many of my peers are here on YouTube. Guys, we want you to experience what is potentially available on a continent. You can't experience that if you don't go. I don't want to roll with people that can't implement things. Okay? I need people that can implement things. They're a huge resource to me, like I'm a resource to them. I don't think anybody comes here on my channel that knows me or watch me for any semblance, or maybe even there are people that probably come to my channel trying to debunk me and this and that. It's probably hard for them to do that because the things I say I'm going to do it. But I want to roll with them kind of people as well. The people that's like, yeah, I'm about to do this. And then they do it. I want to roll with people that implement, not people that talk. You know, because we got a lot going on in our community, guys. We don't need the talkers anymore. We need the implementers. We need the people that's ready and about it. Okay, people that's ready and about it. That's what we need. So, big shout outs, guys. I'm very happy to see all of you here today. This was, I was literally just in my thoughts. I had my shower. I'm getting ready to go to bed. It's winter. It's cold. I can't wait. I'm not going to tell y'all when I'm back in Ghana. Y'all going to have to just look for the star, huh? Look for the white custom couch. Look for the ring light. Look for glamour. See glamour. You know when I'm back. But for now, I was in my thoughts and I thought, let me go and speak to my channel. It's been a while I've gone on the channel. And I want to really, really motivate you guys. Those of you that, you know, you are still struggling. Wow. Big shout outs. Kimla said, I made a plan. I strategized. I bought a ticket and left now. I've purchased my second ticket. So yes, Kimla went to Nigeria last year and Ghana. I believe you went to both, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. She took her trip, you know, and now she's on to the second trip. You know, took her some time to get the first trip down, some setbacks. You know, I know we personally talk and she told me some things that was going on. But you know, she got her travels down and now she's ready to do the second one. You too can do the same. You know, Queenie's with me here in the UK. Yeah, it's cold. The way the wind has been blowing my face is disrespectful. I can't put enough Vaseline on my face to deal with this cold weather. Okay, yeah. So Kim went to Nigeria. Okay, I was confused. I don't know. I can keep up with all of you. Please forgive me. Yes. What's up, Rokoya? Yeah, I see you there, sweetie. I was just thinking about you today. I saw your text message from the last time you were in Accra. So I was gonna text you soon. So yeah, stay on the lookout. Yeah. So that's tonight's message, guys. It's as good a time as any to do whatever you want to do. You are looking at everything and it looks like such a risky time, and you're just like, oh my gosh. Those of you in Ghana, you're just like, oh my gosh, the CD's depreciating. I mean, if you're a rich person in Ghana, you're a diasporan trying to do stuff in Ghana, my advice is do it now. Before, what if the CD keeps depreciating? You know, in Nigeria, for instance, 1 pound equals over 800 naira. You know, I don't know the exact figures, but I know Nunu and I, we were doing some conversions the other day. So, you know, they went through a depreciation with the Naira a long time ago. And so say for instance, you know, at the point that maybe 1 pound equal 10 Naira, that person was like, oh, well, let me wait for it to go back down to 5. It went up. It's gone up to hundreds of Naira, equating to 1 pound now, currently. I'm hoping, obviously, for the best in Ghana. We all do. Nobody's like, yeah, I want it to get worse. No, but just realistically looking, it may get worse. The probability that it may get worse and it may stay like this for a long time, or it may not recover or whatever, is highly likely. Which means if you're in a position, you're building, you want to buy land, you want to do this and that, then you need to do it now. Get today's price, because today's price is not tomorrow's price. We don't know what tomorrow's price is. You know, do it now. If you're in a position, don't delay, don't wait. You know, some people with the foreign currencies, you might be able to get deals now in Ghana because of what's happening. Take advantage of that. You know, don't feel bad about it. It's an opportunity for you to, you know, use your advantage. You know? So yes. My Body and Soul TV says, I'm making progress, been working on residual income, just about there. Good job. Keep going. You've heard the message. I wasn't sending it out to you specifically, but hey, if it applies, implement. Make that move, girl. You know, get started. Just put your foot out there. And you would also be surprised once you do it. You know, I think sometimes we psych ourselves up that something is so grand and so expensive and so difficult. That's a lot of us not performing. It's just the concept that it's out of reach. You know, but once you actually do it, you're like, you know, just like Kimla said, you know, she took a while to strategize the first trip. There was some setbacks and blah, blah, blah. Now she done already bought her second ticket. You know, now she's going for the second trip. She did the first one. She took the trip and she's like, oh, okay, that's not bad. You know, and most of you I know that have started traveling to the continent during these last couple of years, a lot of you, that's your situation. You know, maybe it took you a while to do the first trip or whatever. But now, you know, you guys are connoisseurs. Even some people have traveled more on the continent than me. Some people have lived in a couple countries on the continent currently. You know, go do you. You know? Wow. Well, I'm gonna have to, you know, check out the situation when I get back to Ghana soon and see what's happening. So yeah, I did see an article that some restaurants that I saw were closing and things like that. It's unfortunate. I mean, you know, this is part of it. Kim has got the game for some of you guys. She said the best time to purchase tickets in the States is in the month of February. Tickets are literally $500 for round trip tickets to the continent. Yeah, I mean, you know, we've already done told you. I've told you. I know Dynas has told you. Probably the Arrival has told you. You can get good tickets out of these, you know, international airports. I mean, some of y'all really don't have no excuse. DC, Atlanta, New York, Chicago, you know, these international airports, a lot of them even have directs to Senegal, to Accra, to Lagos. You know what I mean? Um, it's really not that unattainable as you think it is currently, but it's going to get more difficult, definitely. So that's why today's price is not tomorrow's price. So you need to do it. What's up, Honesty? I see you there, sweetheart. Big shout outs to the family. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. So for those of you guys that came in, please, this message is for you. This is not my official 2023 message, but this is just gearing it up. Do it. Do whatever it is that you want to do, that you need to do now. We're grown. We're adults. We don't know our expiration date. We have no idea. So while you prolonging, well, let me just wait. Let me just see what happens. Okay. All right. But my advice is the inverse of that. My advice is to do it. There's no time like right here, now, today. Sorry. There's no time like that. Okay, I know right now it looks crazy. It looks bleak. Even if you're thinking about Ghana, you're just like, with this currency situation. Well, it could even get worse. So then what? So if it gets worse, then what will you do? And thank you, Arrival, for so much for joining me in my chat room and all your support. Much love to you. Guys, if you are not subscribed to The Arrival, please go to their channel. They have a great platform, husband and wife, and they chronicle their experiences and ups and downs and getting settled in the Gambia. And they are a couple of faiths, so they always add that aspect into their content, and I recommend that you go there. They're so sweet, as you can see, so supportive of other content creators. So go on over to the Arrivals platform and check them out. So big shout outs to the African Superstar family. Again, guys, if you have not been to my website, theafricansuperstar.com, please head over there following this broadcast.